All righty. Hello, 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 YouTube Nation, as well as each and every one of you that are out there here for My City, My Biz Live Magazine. I am Shantina Gladney, and I have the most amazing, amazing individual that we are going to feature today. You know that My City, My Biz is all about making sure that we highlight, we put on stage those emerging entrepreneurs. So let's go ahead and make sure that we're getting this live feed, that we're getting it shared. So we're getting ready to go ahead. We're setting up. You right here, right on the spot with us as we go ahead and do so. So how are you doing on today as we go ahead and get started? But we want to make sure that everyone inside of, let's see, we want to make sure that everyone that is on Facebook, that's on LinkedIn, that they're able to meet this amazing, amazing young lady as well. So let's go ahead and skip on over so that we can get this shared to those different mediums. So if you're on Facebook, great day, great day. We are now plugging you in so that you can go ahead and get started. As well as if you are on LinkedIn, we will be going ahead and sharing and getting you started as well. So let's go ahead and get those started and shared. Let's see. Yep, we're all set there. All right. And one other place, let's get it on over to LinkedIn. Where's the LinkedIn Nation at? That is where we are getting ready to go ahead and make sure that we share this great, great segment with you as well. And so how is everyone doing on today? Yes, how are you doing? Yes, this segment is brought to you by SGGN Group, which is a business and lifestyle society of emerging entrepreneurs. So we make sure that we design a life that an entrepreneur wants to design and that they do not have to. You hear, they do not have to escape from. So we're teaching individuals how to stop pressing the snooze buttons on their dreams. And this lady here, that's exactly what she's done as she continued to emerge through the business world, but also her lifestyle is a part of her business. And that is the most dynamic way to be able to live an authentic life. So without further ado, I would like to bring up to the line the CEO of Redefining Spaces, which is a division within Weatherspoon and Associates. So without further ado, who do we have here? Miss Shauna Weatherspoon. How are you today?
I am just fabulous, darling. How are you?
I am fantastic as well. And I am just super excited to go ahead and to make sure that we are sharing with each and every person that are joining us here today. And so Shauna Weatherspoon, if you can let us know a little bit about who is Shauna Weatherspoon? Who are you?
That is such a loaded question, but for the sake of time, I am a woman. I am a sister. I am a boss. I am a wife. I am a faith-fighting woman every day in everything that I do, who's just made up my mind to live my best life in every way possible. And that is a work. I'm a work in progress. So that is something I work towards and strive for every day, to be my authentic self.
Wow, that's awesome. And that's exactly what it is that you present and who you are. And so we're here because as entrepreneurs, we know that this is the channel for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, you are not truly flagged as that true entrepreneur until you've gotten on this channel here. But I want to be able to ask you in reference to those home-based offices, right? So you're getting ready to go ahead and you're going to show us your amazing space. But at the same time, those home-based offices, you know the importance of them, but how did you come about with being able to go ahead and feature those home-based offices? And then also, how does that tie into redefining spaces?
So I am constantly surrounded by other entrepreneurs and good friends who keep pushing me out there in the world towards my vision and things I wanted to do. And my favorite place, one of my favorite places, if not my favorite place in the whole wide world, is my home. Yeah. So how you live in your home, how you work in there, you want it to be creative. You want it to inspire you. You want to give you all those things. So I just wanted to share that. And I had to pivot like everybody else, right? And shift with everything we got going on in the world and say, okay, how do I still with the kids now doing school work from home and so forth full time and everything else, how do I still have my own space that allows me to do all of the things that I need to do while living my best life, but keeping business moving forward? So how can I share that with others, and how can they share their spaces to inspire others as well? Is how it all came about. And I'm excited about that.
Exactly right. Yep. And so redefining spaces.
Yes.
If you can take us through that journey there, please.
Oh, okay. So redefining spaces. So back in 2009, I had gotten into real estate a couple years before that, but I have always loved decorating. Like that's just always been my thing. So I was like, well, you know what? A lot of times when I am getting ready to put a house on the market, I can repurpose and use a lot of the things that they have already, but I have to shift that seller into saying, this is no longer your home. This is now your house, and it's going to be somebody else's home. So we have to redefine the space. And a lot of times you are not in a position to move, or you don't want to move. So, but you want to make that house everything. So how can you redefine where you are already? And then a real personal story with how that name came about is I had to close down my office some years ago, and I was devastated about it. I was truly devastated about it. I had poured my heart and my soul into building our real estate company, our home inspection and business at the time, as well as a mortgage business. And it was when the crash happened in 2008, 2009.
Right.
And I just thought I was so defeated in my mindset in every way. So I said, okay, I'm moving all my office stuff back home. I got to figure out where the space even is, because every room was spoken for in my house. So I have to redefine it, go forward, and still feel good about myself. And that took some time. It did not happen overnight. But when you do it, there's a lot of strength that comes from that too, over time, when you start to look at it that way. So it had to be somewhere that was my happy space, that would not it could not make me feel defeated. I had to redefine my mindset, then redefine the space. Wow. And what happens a lot when I do that with clients is interesting. When after I redefine it, quote unquote, many times I have to be careful when I'm walking a fine line, because when they see what all you can do within the same space that they could never envision, sometimes they don't want to move anymore.
You know what? And guess what? That was the question I was going to ask you.
It happens. Because they never could see it that way.
Yes.
They never could see it that way. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it came about.
Isn't that something? So you know what? So I see that you're breathing life back into not only spaces, because it's just a space, but into the life of individuals. So say, for instance, even if someone lost a loved one, or like you were saying, or you're going through relationship changes, it really does. And you are so very right when you say redefining, because it also redefines your life. Your environment really ties into that. So I see where redefining spaces is going to be such a major part of people healing. I honestly believe, and their new starts, their new beginnings, and being able to see things that you're able to see things that are hidden. I know just through our relationship, you get in there and you turn some things out where I totally forget that I'm in somebody's backyard.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, that's the point. That's the goal.
Yes.
That's
wow.
it.
That's it. That's awesome.
Well, and you know what? I want to add to that too. I can also remember, and I know we've had this conversation, and I've had it with some of the closest people in my life, that I remember doing very, very well, right? In business, running all over the world, making moves and this and that. Yeah. And I realized at that point in time, I was moving so fast and I was constantly on the go. I never sat still enough to enjoy my space. I lived there, but I didn't live in it. You can live somewhere, but not live. That's two different worlds.
That is.
So I promised myself in this last home that we're going to buy before I get to the nursing home, I'm going to live in every space and enjoy every piece of these. Every space, everything between these four walls is mine. It's got my name on it. Yeah.
Wow. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. That's awesome. And you know what? When you say redefining spaces, so when you purchased the home, it was probably meant for something else, but you can redefine that whole area in space. So that is so phenomenal. That is amazing. So wow. So we are super excited to hear what you have for My City, My Biz Live Magazine subscribers and listeners, the YouTube Nation, LinkedIn Nation, Facebook Nation. Everyone needs to know about redefining spaces, and we will definitely come back up and so that we can make sure we tie it up with a bow. But now the stage is officially yours, Miss Shauna, CEO. We are thankful that you are here. Take it away.
All right. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. What I want to do, I'm going to turn my camera around really quick. Okay. There we go. So what I want to do, I want to share with you all what our space looks like here. And welcome to the office, the executive suite of Shauna CEO Weatherspoon. There's a couple of things that I've done to get ready for it, but some of the main points I want to share with you all before we go through everything is the majority of what you see here, nothing's brand new. I have either bought it at resale shops or Goodwills, or I've taken things out of other areas of the house and repurposed it in this space. So I'm going to start here. Everything that I do, I have to love. So I love music. So when I turn around and I see that saxophone behind me, that's always like my thrill, like, ooh, either, I can't wait to either be outside right now, listening. Loft space. At first, I didn't put it here because I thought it would take up too much room, and I actually love it. So whether you have meetings, whether it's a family meeting or a business meeting, you want to be comfortable. You want it to feel welcoming. You want to be relaxed. The more relaxed you are, the more you can really kind of just let your hair down, or maybe you just want to come, hang out, read a good book. Whatever it is, just chill, get your glass of wine after the day is officially over. You can do those things. But unfortunately, this couch will be leaving because it's this love seat is spoken for. But I love how it looks there. Or this way, I took an end table that I had that actually goes with this beautiful chair that I just love. That is my queen's chair, is what I call it. Queen of Thrones. That means that seat is just for me. So I want to read. If I want to read there, again, if I'm meeting, I want to be looking directly across at the person that I'm meeting with and talking to at the time. Whatever I want to do, that's my chair, just to sit back and relax and take it all in. As well as when we have guests. I love entertaining in our home. That's very important to me. And quite frankly, a lot of the people who do stay with us are professionals and executives as well. So I want them to feel like, hey, if they got something that they need to take care of quick while they're here, then, hey, we can get that all done in one space. This is kind of like our Regis living at home, if you will, if you're familiar with how Regis works. You don't have to leave for anything. And I can thank my sisters for that. So they are definitely my technology department. So we have double screens here for you. So whether somebody wants to be working here and somebody wants to be working here, or the kids have things they need to do, but I can still stay focused in my area, then nobody has to be interrupted and you can stay productive in everything you got going on. So like I said, I took this table that actually went with the chair I just showed you all. And then I said, okay, well, let me make this for all of my files, everything with my file cabinet. I've probably had this file cabinet for 15 years. So the other thing I want to share with you all too, everything in your space does not have to match. So I love wood, I love flowers, I love different textures and tones. So as long as I try to keep it neutral so everything flows together and ties together really nicely. It can be what you want it to be. So don't feel like you have to get locked in to that either. As far as my wall, this is my wall of inspiration. I love flowers. I shared that to you. I'm always constantly talking to people about, bringing people that you love and care about, bring them their flowers now. So you will always see a lot of photos of flowers there. I always think you should have something living in your space. And guess who doesn't have it right now? But I love fresh flowers. But any version of that brings me life, that keeps me inspired, that's what I want to keep in front of me so I can stay focused. And at the times where I'm distracted, or maybe I'm discouraged, or maybe I'm tired, all of those things that, especially as entrepreneurs, this can be a very lonely business for us at times. It is you being every part of the business, your every department. We wear so many hats. So keep what inspires you in front of you. And I want to say that again, keep what inspires you in front of you. So for me, that's my family. That's my grandmother. It's my grandparents who have always been my rock. It's all of those great things. So I got a calendar here. I actually, let's see, I know it's a little tough right now, but I got this just a couple months ago at TJ Maxx for like $14.99. So again, I got to be visual. I got to have a plan. I like it being in front of me. So that way I can get up every day and say, okay, what can I erase off this list? A lot of the little things that I have here, I spray painted them. So, and the only thing I still need to spray paint is this one. So you don't have to buy all of this stuff. You can make it match. Again, I pulled all of these things from, different offices and things that we already had somewhere in this house and said, nope, I'm not spending another dime. I've already made the investment, but let me go buy some spray paint for a few dollars and do what I got to do. So mirrors are a great way as well to make the office space look bigger. And sometimes too, I would encourage you to, even if it's a pocket mirror, it doesn't matter. I think a mirror is important in your space if you do a lot of phone calls, because sometimes you don't understand that they can hear how you sound, and probably how you look has a lot to do with it. So look at yourself, make sure you're smiling through that phone and dialing when you're having those conversations. So that's one reason I always keep mirrors in there. That's really it for that side of the office. This is the other side here. I am a diva to my heart. So I love little dainty things. If I'm looking at something at night and I don't want to disturb everybody else, or I don't need as much light, then that's something fun and easy I can do. This is actually this table here that you see. I made this a desk. This is really not a desk, quite frankly. But I wanted to say, okay, let me get more organized, because honestly, I have to work very hard to be organized because I'm not by nature. But if I keep it open and I can't hide it, then it's probably going to stay neater. So the basket that you see here, for example, stuff I just need to throw in there, magazines, if I got to run out and do something quick, I can just grab it there and go. And then that's what that looks like down here. And then over in the bookshelf here, I love books. I love reading. Always have, always will. But I look at books because I keep so many. So I tried to put books here specifically that I can reference to and grab quickly for different things that I'm always going to need. So whether it's a speaking engagement, whether it's real estate related, whether it's maybe I need some words of inspiration, I can pull from it. And it's right there in front of me. I always know where it is. Then too, you'll see over here, these are my forever first lady and my mogul and biggest idol. I keep them in front of me, and I do that too because I want to remind myself that I am them and they are me. So how can I continue to, follow my own path and be my own kind of Oprah is the thing I'm on right now. So that's what that's all about. Of course, the family has always got to be all over the place because they are first and foremost in my life, other than God himself. And at the top, it's something sentimental to me. I collect everything, but I used to collect a lot of dowels back in the day, and I have every last one of them. But the dowel up there is actually for me to keep focused on raising our daughters, which is one of the most things in the world I'm passionate about. So that's making sure I keep the little girls in front of me to always be the example for them and finding ways to connect them and help them grow and do all of the things that they want to do. That was a gift from my great aunt Carolyn. So I keep that there. And then the curtains. So I took the curtains. I just did this recently. I took the curtains on this side. I like facing the window because I like natural sunlight. That's always helpful to me. I don't find it to be distracting. It keeps me focused, actually. Again, I got more flowers. So just small touches and things you can do there. But I took these curtains out of the kitchen. And one thing you can do, I know the lighting doesn't look to be too great right now, but one thing you can do is just find you some ties that are absolutely fabulous. If you are all about the glam and just don't give a damn at this point, then go ahead and live your best life and do whatever it is that suits you. This was a piece that I absolutely love from my sister. And what I did with this is actually a sofa table, but I made it my writing desk. So again, you can get very, very creative. It does not have to be, you can redefine it and use it for a different purpose. I love to write. I keep my note cards, and this is just a great tip for business people as well. We should always still be sending thank you notes. So this means if you got this desk right here and it's a writing desk, that should always remind me at least once a week to sit down and write out some thank you cards and note cards. So that's a great place to do that. And I just love to write in general. So this is a good space for me. Your coffee mug is just as important. Okay. What brings you inspiration? This one says, busy making my dreams come true. I either keep this one in here or one that says queen of everything. That's really it for that part. I can show you again, repurposing. These are small ideas, really on a budget too. We bought some mason jars and I spray painted them. I use these originally we used them for our, what was it? It was our housewarming party. So we had all of our spoons, forks, knives. This is what we serve with. I turned them into my pen holders. So you can do small things like that. Again, it's just getting a little creative. We just took this little material here. I got me some crazy glue and went crazy and love it. Love it. The chair, I'm big on chairs. I do think you should have the most fabulous chair in the world. It is your space. It is where you're going to spend the majority. The majority of our time for most of us is spent working. So it should, your home, your space, it should reflect that. And again, I try not to buy anything for full price. So I know I paid like no more than $30 for that chair. So Value City Furniture, when we can go out to the stores again, don't feel like you have to spend a whole lot of money for it to look expensive or to create the look that you want. You can do that within a budget. You can very much do that within a budget and make it just as fabulous as you want it to be. Sorry. I'm steady turning it. Okay, Miss Tina, I am handing it back over to you.
Okay, I think we're there. Can you hear me good?
I can.
All right. Okay. Wow. You see me? I was all up in I don't know if you put it there. I was all up in the camera like, okay. That's right. So yes, oh my goodness, redefining spaces. That's what it's about. It brings a whole nother energy to your spaces. And so if you can, let me see, it was something that I had wrote down that I wanted to make sure that I asked you about. And it was something you said. And I said, let me make sure that I asked that. But knowing me, it's like faded right into my other notes. But I definitely appreciate you letting us into your home office. And it is amazing, but also it's very practical. You know, a lot of times people have offices where you're like, where you finna work at? Where you getting ready to work? Where are you getting ready to do some work at? And so I just absolutely love it. The fabulousness is all there. But it also speaks to, we here to make some money. We here to do some money, make some bills, pay some bills, and to do some deals. And so definitely. And so what would you say what was your biggest joy out of redefining that space there over the last, because put it this way, when was the last time you added to, or you was able to go ahead and to do that space there, add something into the space, change it? When was that last time?
Last week.
See, you're redefining. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What was it? Anything? Was it a large project or?
You know what? It was not a large project, but I had to get rid of several things.
Okay.
So my old desk, for example, that's why I turned that into a desk, because the desk that I had for, literally well over 15 years, it was time. Wow. And it was breaking down on me, but it hurt I'm so attached to my stuff. I was struggling. I'm not gonna tell that lie to nobody. Wow. But it freed up some space because it was a nice big wood desk. So it freed up some space that way. The double monitors, that's I wouldn't have thought of that. My sisters actually thought of that.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
well, come on, we're gonna get it done up in here. So
Right.
that was their idea. And then the two pieces, what's now my writing desk is actually a sofa table and the matching chair. We just brought that up as well. I just got that actually from a family that was relocating to their new home.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so I had to let go of some pieces. I had another beautiful chair up here, and now we've let somebody else. Actually, they're coming to pick it up in a couple hours. So
right.
It just, you know what? But what I realized after I did it, it not only did it free up some of the space, it's some things it's just time to let go.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
When I finally did it, it felt good.
Exactly. Wow. Isn't that something? Just taking that whole step towards that. And like you're saying, freeing it up. That's what everything. If we're so used to having our hands and our fists balled up, everything that's meant for us is going to fall off because there's no way to catch it. And the same way it is with have people that do have a challenge with letting go of things, and it just frees up. It becomes a vessel to be able to just be free and just let it flow. People do not think that it's that your spaces are tied to you being free, your spirit being free. But I honestly believe that it is. I do. And so now I know exactly what my question was to you. I know that you said that you have just gotten rid of a couple of things, and so how is it that a person would be able to purchase items from you? What is the medium that you're using right now to be able to get that word out? Or is it kind of exclusive, to certain group of people right now where they have access to that?
That's a great question. So what I'm doing is so far I am sharing it within my Facebook community on my personal page first.
Exactly.
So there's some inside info for you, because if you all don't respond fast enough, it's going to the marketplace.
Wow.
And when I go to the marketplace, it's gone.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm giving you all first dibs at it.
Yes.
And then from there. So I'll continue to share pictures, mainly through Facebook is where we're doing that right now.
Okay.
We are revamping my website. We got some other things coming up very, very soon. So you will start to see more pieces from SW Home Designs and Redefining Spaces.
Wow. So do you think it would be at all possible? I know that Facebook, you're able to see maybe 1% of whatever your friends are, right? Mm-hmm. And so I know, for mine, with me being, in which I'm trimming mine down real good. Mm-hmm. And so I'm able to see more people. But in the meantime, my feed it runs like crazy. It's like it's scrolling. So I very seldom see things. So do you Redefining Spaces would have maybe like a membership or something like that, where we'll be able to have a exclusive group on Facebook and see that first before you move it to the actual platform of marketplace?
This one is always
selfish,
pushing me to do something. I think, you know what? I think we can figure that out.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, we're making room for new opportunities and to receive. So I think we have room for more, and we can figure something out.
Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that would be so awesome. I really would. And and maybe even Redefining Spaces would approve for some individuals that may be getting rid of some amazing pieces and want to be able to share that information, of course with a little fee or whatever. But I would say definitely that would be so awesome to be able to have that space where we can go into Redefine, and we know that we're one of those members in there that is exclusive. We know we won't miss it, by Facebook really shouting that down. So I'm looking forward. Hopefully you Redefining Spaces will consider it, and for us to be able to go ahead and to have our own little group exclusive to whatever Shauna is putting out there, so we don't miss it.
You got to love you some Shantina Gladney. Do you hear me? If you are, and what I would encourage you all to do, for those of you who are tuning in, let us know, drop in the feed that you're interested in being part of that. So then I know we need to include you as we're getting those things set up.
Oh, thank you. That's right. Excellent. Thank you. And so definitely right now, connect with Shauna as she's on the move. You can be one of those insiders and get to know what's going on, because every single aspect of your life, this woman, Weatherspoon and Associates, they got you, whether it is personal, whether it is business. They're putting all of their experiences right into their company, and they've been cultivating this community and what it is that they do for the community and the world, as a matter of fact, for years. So I definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing everything that's being released. I mean, she has divisions after divisions being released like no one's business. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I am too. I'm tired, but I'm very, very excited. So please believe me, I'm jumping up and down in the inside, because it's just, I think this is, if we're not taking advantage of this time like never before in our lives, then you're missing it.
Wow.
So yeah, you're missing it.
Exactly. Right. Wow. I do agree. And so let me go back here, and so that I can see, hold on one second. As you guys see, that was part of my challenge, was to get myself used to YouTube and Zoom. And so I've been able to do that, but let me see, because I think there was a couple of comments.
Oh, okay.
One of them, okay, great afternoon, ladies. Okay, Dion Barnes. And she said, yes, she is the truth, and turned my deck into my sanctuary in a couple of hours.
So listen, I wish we had more time with that one.
Yes. Okay. You had a time with that one. So what was the most challenging thing, would you say, with that one?
So it wasn't, so it's funny. So I have a bad habit of assuming sometimes that everybody loves to shop and go through things like I do. And that client right there was just like, look here, we have this much time.
Yes.
And I said, so, okay, what do you want it to look like? And that's honestly, you're pulling things out of people. Like, what do you want to do in this space? What do you envision yourself and your family? Like, what y'all gonna be doing out here? Because once I start hearing that kind of stuff, I know what to look for.
Okay.
And then I have, even if it's something, because everybody's not visual, right? So even if you have, I highly encourage Pinterest, magazines, like there's so much stuff online. Start with that. If you're gonna do this yourself and not take on having a partner like me in your life, that's more than fine. But find that picture and just kind of follow it. And if that's not your thing, or you don't have the time to do it, then partner with someone else who's gonna create that with you within your budget.
Wow.
And after we got done, I didn't want to leave either.
Right. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, we definitely will. Guess what? We're gonna have to go on and make sure, since she won't send an invitation out, to go ahead and enjoy that fabulous space when we can. We're gonna have to go ahead, and she gonna see a bunch of people showing up like, what are y'all doing? We having a party.
We're having a whole party, honey. You're welcome to join us.
That's right. So you know what? And so I just wanted to also, I know people are wondering, like, okay, how do I connect with her to become a client? So I live in Utah. So how is that possible? And so I know that you've actually, launched it where you're able to do virtual, coaching in reference to being able to redefine spaces. So if you can let us know, how is it that we can hire someone like yourself without, paying $3,000 retainer or whatever for the services? What does that look like for me as a business owner? I want to be able to get my little office space together, so when I'm on YouTube and all of that, I can look real fabulous like Shauna looking in that office over there.
So so we're going to repurpose on purpose, because I want you to shift your mindset just a little with what you just said. Not this little office, my executive suite.
Come on.
How can it be everything that I want it to be?
Yes.
Come on now, right? That's what we do for each other. So what we're offering right now is a $49 special, a 1 hour consultation of us going through, looking at your space, me giving you some tips on how to recreate the space, where to shop, what is your budget, the whole nine. We can do that virtually now. There are several places, essential places, that are still open. So I know what to look for and where and where to direct you to in your area. That's not a problem for us to do at all.
Right. Wow.
Right.
Isn't that something? And I love the fact when you said that they can repurpose on purpose, so they can use what
Absolutely.
they have, and you can, they can
Yes.
show you in other areas. And so I think that is quite amazing. And
Shop at home
yeah,
first. Find your
exactly.
picture that you love, then go
Yeah.
through your whole space and go shopping
Wow. Look at there.
in your
That's
home. Seriously, get in
that's
that garage, get in that basement. You would be amazed of the things you can use that
yes,
you already have. And I would
exactly.
add to that too, whether you are recreating the space to stay or to sell, because there's
Exactly.
two different mindsets we got to have with that. Then we can do it all. We can do it all.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of realtors calling you.
They should. They should.
Yes, that's
I'm your
right.
partner for that. And that too, like before, and we still do that. I mean, I work with several realtors in the area where
Yes,
I will go to their client's house before they go on the market to list
right.
and get ready to sell, and say I do a 1 hour consultation, but because I'm there in purpose, it's $100 an hour.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
Wow. That's it. That is so awesome,
happy
Shauna.
to do it.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
just bringing that joy to people's spaces and things like that. I think it's so awesome. And so looking forward to that group. Maybe that's where you guys can start, is to connect with Shauna Weatherspoon on Facebook first.
Yes,
And then look
absolutely.
forward to that, to that actual group. And so that way
Yeah.
you can get tips and things like that, be able to know exactly what to do with your space moving forward, and be able to $49. Are you kidding me? And be
Come
able
on,
to have that
come
direct
on now.
communication,
Come
right?
on.
With an
Come on before the
expert
price go
for
up.
a
So
whole
y'all better.
hour. Exactly. Wow, that is so, yeah, that is, now is the time, because
It is.
once the world opens back up, guess what? You're no longer going to have time. And so
That's it.
now is the time for you to redefine your space, and to be able
Mm-hmm.
to know, to let the energy know what it is that you're embarking upon. So wow. So
Exactly.
I would like to just ask you, first of all, as we get ready to close things out,
All right.
what is it that you wanted to share with the world in reference to being able to just not only redefine, but even
Mm-hmm.
redesigning their life, that ties into redefining their spaces?
I think figure out for yourself right now how to design the life that you deserve and you love.
Mm,
What
wow.
does that look like for you? You know, for that, what has to happen for you to do it right now? And who are the people? Who are the people around you that you're talking to, whether it's on the phone or virtually or connecting through social media? How are they feeding into where you're going and what you're doing? That's critical to me right now, and it should be for you too right now. Some of the things I've been pulling out is like, okay, you were saying last year, if you had more this and you had more that, and you had more time, and da 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 da. Well, now I do, so I have no excuse. You have no excuse to put off what's waiting for you. Everything I got that from Oprah just not that long ago. Everything we are waiting for is waiting on us,
Come on.
and this is the time. So
Yeah.
get that priority list together, collaborate with who you need to collaborate. And that thing, I said this in a conversation yesterday. I think as women specifically, I think we get so caught up in thinking we're supposed to do it all and we
Mhm.
have to do everything. And no, we don't. And quite frankly, we're not supposed to. We are
Yes.
supposed to stay in our strength zones and focused on the things that we do very well, and collaborate and connect with those other ones to help bring our vision to life. So
Wow.
build that team. That team is important. That tech support team I got downstairs,
Yes.
I can never do that stuff.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
they don't want to deal with my craziness 24 hours a day, and they want to be able to do what they want to do and feel welcome and comfortable. So we want to make sure we're vibing. Like
Yeah.
that tribe and that vibe is everything.
Ooh, that tribe and that vibe. Wow, that's why she is on My City, My Biz live magazine stage. She's earned it. And so, wow. So, you know what? And so, I do my hats off to you. And I must honestly say, just personally endorsing all of your decorative, ideas and energy. And you were the first one that I had seen where you do not try to make sure that every single room ties into each other. Each
No.
space is their space. And I thought that was so phenomenal. And it carried over for me. I was so traditional where, oh, we got to match and flow,
Right.
you know, and wow.
Right.
And so I thought that was so amazing how
Yeah.
you do. You, when
Thank
I
you.
tell you redefining spaces is exactly what you do. And I am wishing nothing but peace, prosperity, wellness, all of those amazing things, and that someone will be able to go ahead and have the opportunity to have you to redefine their spaces, because that is amazing.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you.
so welcome. Wow. Well, thank you once again, Shauna Weatherspoon, Weatherspoon and Associates, and her division of redefining spaces, as she go ahead and she is able to go ahead and just create an amazing, amazing space for you and your home office, but also whatever you need in real estate. She is the one. She's right in Illinois. She's able to take care of whatever it is that you need. Like I said, she's a lifestyle guru, and that's exactly what you're able to go ahead and find when you connect with Shauna Weatherspoon and Weatherspoon and Associates. So thank you so much, Shauna, for joining me on My City, My Biz Live magazine.
I want to thank you again for the opportunity. Always, 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 and thank you for pushing me and highlighting all the small business owners. That's huge for all of us. So we greatly appreciate you. And before we get out of here, I want to invite you all to join me on this Sunday. Between 11 all the way up to 2 o'clock, I will be doing virtual tours. I'm going to be out here in these streets, making things happen, sharing beautiful homes on the market. So tune in to that on Facebook Live with me and join me for that. And also, we are going to be featuring home-based offices and businesses around the globe starting very soon. So that's something I've been pushed to do and inspired to do through some great people. So look forward, because in the next 2 weeks that will be starting soon. So if you want to be featured, hit us up.
There we go. Wow. And I'm glad that you did. Yes, that is key. And so we're going to put it out there. I'm looking forward to seeing all those amazing home-based business offices. I know that they're out there, even as they begin to hire you. I'm quite sure you'll be able to open it up, of course, with their permission, for us to be able to see those spaces as you're redefining it. So you are just so phenomenal. And this is exactly who you are, you guys. This is not reality TV. This is just real. This is who you get, and that is Miss Shauna Weatherspoon. So thank you so very much once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you. All righty, everyone. So there you have it. Miss Shauna Weatherspoon, the CEO of Weatherspoon and Associates. And she's just, we featured her actual redefining spaces business. And so she is redefining those spaces just for you, for that home-based business owner. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of those amazing home-based business offices to give us some tips, give us some pointers. So I am Shantina Gladney with My City, My Biz Live magazine. And yes, you have just made sure that you connected to another one of our entrepreneurs. So SGGN Group, that is our sponsor. That's what makes this possible, which is a business and lifestyle society for that emerging entrepreneur. We want to make sure that entrepreneurs understand you do not have a ceiling, you do not have a wall. It's only what you think. And so you can go ahead and just make sure that you are living your best life, that you are making a living while living. You do not have to go ahead and grow a business that you're always trying to escape from. No, you do not. So thank you so much once again for tuning in. Remember to always present the best of who you are, where you are. And the key thing, I want you to always remember, stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.